Welcome back to If Not Now. This morning we're waking up to the stunning James Price's Point. These red cliffs seriously never get old. In this episode we head to one of the top places on our bucket list, the jaw-dropping turquoise water of Ningaloo Reef and the Coral Coast. We finally get out our spearfishing gear after 3 months exploring the top end and cook up our catch on the beach with some fellow travellers. Plus wrestle our catch back from a wily reef shark who tries his luck for an easy meal. So stay tuned for all that and more. It's about 6 a.m. We're at James Price's Point and we've got a 15-hour drive ahead of us to Ningaloo. So we figured if we didn't get our run in now, probably wouldn't get it in today. Yeah. So let's get into it. Morning bath, cool down for the second leg of the run.
Yes.
Whew. I don't know if you can see, but after that run, absolutely sweating buckets. And we got to get this van, everything packed up. Unfortunately, we're leaving today, heading to Ningaloo, which is about a 15-hour drive. So I think we'll split it up into 2 chunks, stop over in a rest stop tonight. But because it's so hot, pretty keen to get this packed as quickly as possible. Soph's gonna do the inside, I'm doing the outside. Yeah, gotta hitch the van on, pack everything away, get on the road. James Price's Point has been amazing. We've been here on our own the whole time. Hasn't been anyone, had it to ourselves. Really, really recommend it. Free camp. If you're up this end of WA, check it out. We're heading to Ningaloo, which is epic. That's top of my list. I think anyone's list of WA. Ningaloo and Coral Bay. It's gonna be spearing, swimming with loads of fish, coral reefs. Oh, can't wait.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6th sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me.
Definitely got to do it. Surprised me I haven't been asked to leave too much.
Yeah, I'll show you the sign. There's a sign that says, if you're too dirty, you'll be asked to leave. I'll show you. Look at this. No excess mud. All green waste, you'll be asked to leave. Hopefully we're not too muddy, I don't know though, look at this.
It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back.
Every time we tend to go on a major route, there's always a good couple of 100 Ks to our next turn off. So what is your guess, Dunc? What is your biggest guess? When will be our next turn off after we get on this main road?
Oh, 500 Ks?
Yeah, you reckon 500?
500, that'd be the new record winner, right? For
I think so.
Longest one. Or if we had done an 8. Nah, 500's got to be the
I
longest.
think we've done an 800. Can we possibly make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say about 500. It could even just be 1K and then there's like a roundabout or something.
I'm going to cover it up so you can't see it.
Okay, so what did you say? You say 500?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 823.
Okay, and the answer is 600 Ks.
So you're closer.
I'm closer. Well, hey,
Yay.
600 Ks. I don't know if I'm excited about winning that or more, it's got 600 Ks straight.
Yeah. The turn right in 600 Ks.
This storm is nuts. I can't see anything out of the window. I'm going as far as I can. I put my hazards on. I've got my fog lights on. You could actually see more through the GoPro out the front windscreen than I could see. That's the sound of our alarm this morning. Road trains, tons of them going past. So yeah, this is our camp spot. This is our rest stop, literally on the side of the road here. We pulled in last night at about 10 o'clock. It was a solid sort of 10 hours of driving all up with fueling up and putting food in our bodies and everything. So yeah, excuse the noise. Literally on the side of the road, lots of road trains were our alarm this morning. And we hadn't really seen where we'd park because we came in the dark. But looking behind me, this place just reminds me so much of an Australian version of that movie Seven, when they go out into the desert and they find, I won't ruin what they find something in a box, and that's saying like, what's in the box comes from. So yeah, want to punch the last 5 hours to Ningaloo. So let's get this place packed up and get into it. Just been waved off the road by an oversized, I don't know, shepherd car. I'm assuming something really big, something from one of the mine sites is going to come past. Sharing the road with oversized loads. Oh Jesus Christ, look at this.
This is massive.
Pretty oversized, definitely did take up both lanes, so I'm glad I'm off. Righto, I suppose I can go now. Just putting the second bottle of metho in with our fuel tank. Keep doing what the mechanic said back at Lake Argyle.
I still can't believe it.
Apparently, this will help stop us having the issue with our engine. I don't know, for a bottle of metho every now and then, it's worth giving it a go.
We have arrived.
Okay, now for the fun bit, reversing into our caravan site with Sophie kind of giving directions, mainly filming me, so I don't know how much I can count on that. And excuse me for any caravanners, because this is obviously obvious to you guys, but not having done it before this was all new to me. So you swing the wheel right for the caravan to swing around to the left. And then you watch your front, because then you gotta straighten that back up again. And then inevitably, you're always straightening the thing up, because starting to find out that even though no one really says it, everyone judges you on your park. How straight you are. For a bit of a perfectionist like I am, it can do your head in, I'm not gonna lie. Is it good?
Yeah.
Straight?
Yeah.
Sure?
It's perfectly straight.
I'm not gonna get out and be like, Jesus Christ, that's wonky.
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got you on camera saying
I
that,
know.
so.
This is proof. This is the best spot ever.
I knew it. Bloody miles. About 2 meters. I can go back and then I won't be sticking out the other side of the road. I knew Sophie had different thoughts on what was close or in. I've told her to let me know when I'm this far away. Far enough? Sure? Pulling up at Mesa Campground, located just north of Turquoise Bay and the Oyster Stacks. We picked this campsite because it was one of the only ones available last minute. We're slowly learning that the beach camps along Ningaloo coast do require you to book early in peak season and often get snapped up very, very quickly, so consider yourself warned. This is super hard, eh? I didn't realise. For anyone thinking that shaving your head is a hassle-free haircut, it really isn't. Like, it's more work having a shaved head than it was when I had hair. Because now every 2 days, you got to shave it back down, otherwise it starts looking like that weird little regrowth phase and like horrible. So yeah, I thought shaving my head, going chrome dome would be easy, hassle-free. It's not. So yeah, this is my, thanks for filming me shave my head. I kind of wish I hadn't done it now, but at least I'll get a nice tan on there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll move through the water faster as well when I'm spearing.
Doesn't think of how much money you're saving in like gels and what are menus,
Well,
waxes
look,
and things.
it saved me what, $30 a haircut. I mean, I'll probably spend that in razors now. The hardest part is shaving the back of your head. I'm kind of just like, you do this for ages and you just hope you've gotten everything. Sure.
Yeah. Or you just put a hat on. Perfect.
The other thing is I've got a sunscreen all the time now. Anyway, thank you.
Getting ready for a spear.
Yeah, excited. I've been wanting to spear for a while now, and it's always been muddy, crocs, and just really not conducive to spearing. So now we're at Ningaloo, and the water's clear, and we've got the reef. I figured I'd swap off the GoPro mount from the old smaller gun onto the new Reef, the rifle that it is. Bloody long gun, because the bands will come back to here and it'll sit behind that. So hopefully that'll capture me lining up some fish and hopefully catching dinner. And Soph's agreed to come along or let me go if I catch a fresh fish, and then we can do a little fish cook up, make some fish tacos on the beach. So the hunt is on. We're not going to take anything with us. So if I don't catch anything, we'll have to come back here and eat something else. So the pressure really is on, but I like a bit of pressure.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dime. Serves this on her mind to count your blessings, 'cause it's time.
So we're heading about an hour down from where we're camping, where we parked the van, to Point Edgar, or what is it? It's Lefroy Bay. And that is actually wedged between two marine parks there. Not allowed to spear in, but for this section you are. So we've packed up the car, got our kayaks, got our spearing equipment, snorkeling gear, and also a bit of lunch and a couple of beers for after. And we're gonna go down, hopefully catch some dinner. If not, have a great snorkel. And yeah, work our way back, hitting up every beach on the way. So pretty bloody excited to get in the water. It's been far too long. Plus this place is just beautiful coral, beautiful beaches, just insane nature the whole way along. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun in Ningaloo. Today's adventure has us driving from Mesa Campground to Lefroy Bay and Ningaloo Station across some seriously fun and beautiful beach tracks.
There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
How good's this? I didn't realise that the road just runs out and you get to a little river crossing at Yardie Creek, and then it's just beach driving from here on out. So just got the rapid deflator out, put the tyres down to about 22, which should be fine. We can go down to about, I don't know, 15 if we really need to. Love it. And yeah, cruise the last 20 minutes down these sandy tracks.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Those first 30 meters, you're fine.
Yeah, okay.
So like, yeah, I got the tires on 6 PSI and stuff, so like it was
Super low. But that's why I wasn't sure if you'd blown out a tire. It was so low, so I was going to ask if you
yeah,
had
it looked like it. Yeah, thanks.
What are you doing?
Just double checking where we are in relation to where the marine reserve is. So in between these two red marks here, you can spear, Point Edgar. And I'm just matching that up to this land here. So anywhere between this little knob and this edge, literally where we are right now, you can spear from. So we're where we need to be. So windy. I don't know what this is going to be like.
Oh, it looks beautiful, but
There's a dolphin out there.
what?
Literally dolphins just there.
I know. This is awesome! Look! You won't be able to see it on the GoPro, but I reckon we get our fins on. Go and have a look.
Literally dolphins 50 meters offshore.
Oh my
20 meters
God.
offshore even. Now I know if you're a spearfisher, you're probably shouting at your screen right now saying, "What are you doing, you idiot? What did you expect to happen dragging fish behind you?" And I do explain why I had to do this when I'm back in the van, so please stick around for the explanation. Ideally before you start going off in the comments and telling me that I'm an idiot, and I definitely won't be making a habit of doing this in the future. With the catch prepared, it's time to cook up some fish tacos, and we are joined by our fellow travellers who we actually met on our way down the coast. They'd brought their caravan down the tracks and were posted up on the beach. This has to be one of my favourite parts of travelling Australia, being able to jump in the ocean, catch fresh fish for dinner and cook up a meal for fellow travellers and friends. Now there'll be more about these guys later, but Kike and Lisa used their maternity leave to get out and travel around the whole of Australia while taking a newborn and a 2-year-old with them on the adventure. These guys really speak to our ethos of not letting life get in the way and hold you back from living your best one. I love it.
I just bought a new whip. spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she'll never prove it. I never tell her, but I put it in the music. Well, that's okay. All I wanna do is make the best of my whole day. Thank the Lord up above, get the cream on the side, make you laugh to know it. That's the stuff that I love, la da da da. We can be friends if you wanna. We can just talk if you wanna. We can all.
Oh, that sound. First beer of the day. Oh, single fin. WA summer ale. Not bad at all. So what a day. What a crazy day. About an hour's drive and down some pretty corrugated roads to the fishing spot, which was at Lefroy Bay. Hugely long spear. Got everything so tangled, it was ridiculous, because every time you fired, because of the current, everything would move, everything would float around you, and I think I spent more time than I ever have just trying to reorientate my gun, untangle things, and yeah. Eventually, gun was set up, gun was good, hit a fish, had that one on the line. Then I realized that my float had floated away, so that was connected to my gun. I sort of jerry-rigged it so I could put some of the fish onto my float line, because there'd been a lot of tiger sharks spotted by a couple of other Spearos in that area. So I was like, cool, if I catch anything, because you got to paddle so far out to where you're going to spear, I thought I'd just plug the fish on there and let them float behind me, and if any tigers came or anything, they'd go for the fish behind me and I wouldn't be carrying it back on the end of a spear. So that was a pretty interesting experience, firing a spear with another fish on the line. So then you had two fish on the line. And at that point I was like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna keep heading into shore. Now shore is probably still another 500 meters, or yeah, there or thereabouts from where I was. So I was paddling in, I knew I had these fish dragging behind me. I was kind of looking behind every now and then, because I started getting that sense of wariness when you're dragging two fish along and you're doing it along a long stretch. And then at the corner of my eye, I spotted I think it was like a white tip reef shark sort of following me in the gloom, and he was sort of checking me out, because the fish, unfortunately, behind me on this line were kind of spinning, which was really attracting the shark's attention. So he came up and he was getting closer and closer and closer, and I tried pulling the line in so I could bring the fish closer. And then as I was doing that, my head was going above the water, so I lost sight of it for a sec. Next thing, went underwater and saw, whoop, he just took one of my fish, literally swallowed it whole. And I realized very quickly that my line was attached to that fish, because it was through the fish, and he'd eaten the fish and the line one bite. So now I had the parrotfish I'd caught and a shark being dragged by my spear gun, and I was still a decent way from shore. So one of the few times I haven't taken my dive knife out with me, so no dive knife. So I was thinking I either let go of my new Rife spear gun, which aren't cheap, and just like abandon it and let the shark take it, or I just fight this shark and start heading back into shore. So if I had a knife, I probably would cut my line and just let him just, take the fish and move on, go back to shore. Because I couldn't do that, grabbed it, pulled, and I was dragging this guy. There was a super strong current, so I thought I was going towards shore. I was actually just going perpendicular to shore with the current, and dragging. At one point, he was sort of swimming upside down, still had this fish in his mouth. I thought he'd swallowed it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to drag this guy onto land, then cut the line, then sort of push him back into the ocean. Dragging, and when I started getting closer to the shallows, like not all the way in still, but probably about, 10, 50 meters from the shore, that's when I think he sensed that he was getting closer to shore as well, and just let go of the fish whole, straight back out of his mouth, and then sort of swam off a bit, and then he just started following me again, waiting for another opportunity to get that fish, seemingly thinking that next time around he'd be more lucky. But anyway, I managed to swim in, keep him off, and get to shore, and kept both my fish, even though one did have some rows of teeth marks in them. but had both my fishes, cooked them up, made fish tacos, which were amazing. So yeah, crazy day of spearing. I've never dragged a shark all the way along, and I've never seen a shark just swallow a fish whole and leave it effectively undamaged and not take bites out of it. But anyway, yeah, crazy day. Thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching, guys. Next week we dive headfirst into beach camp life and park our van up at Sandy Point at Warra Station. Make sure you stick around for the next one, because in those episodes I catch one of the biggest fishes I've ever caught and will probably ever catch. With no word of exaggeration, I should probably just hang up my spear gun after these episodes. And as always, if you're thinking about traveling or doing anything, I have one question for you. If not now, then when?